What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Average Leader here with another video. Today I'm going to tell you about the array in Java, and I'm going to try to do it in 5 minutes or less. Let's get started. What is an array? An array is a container that holds a fixed number of values of a single type. We can make an array by declaring it like so. We put the type of the array followed by these square brackets, followed by the variable name, equals the type and the brackets again, but this time we'll put the number of elements that we want to hold in the square brackets. Arrays are super useful because before I knew about them, I'd hold pieces of similar information into multiple different variables. It was hard to keep track of all those variable names and what they held, but now I can store all my items in one location, that location being an array. It also serves as the backing to many other data structures, including array lists, stacks, queues, and a few more which I'll make videos for in the future. So, what are the pros of arrays? There are two pretty big ones. The first one is that we can store a wide variety of data types in an array spanning from primitive types all the way to objects. Although an array can only hold a single type of data, we're not really limited by that type. We can have a primitive int array, boolean array, char array, and even string arrays, and if I made a truck object, a truck array. The second big pro is that we can access any item in our array in all of one time if we know the index of that item. So for instance, if we were trying to hold the colors of the rainbow in an array, we could do this pretty easily by storing the colors in the order that they appear in the rainbow. So red would be at the 0th index, orange would be at the 1st index, and we'd go all the way down till we put violet at the 6th index. Now, if we ever had to access them later in our code, we could easily access them by their index in all of one time. Super efficient. Now, what are the cons of arrays? Well, the big ones arise when we don't know the index of the item we're looking for in our array. Let's say we had an array to represent a small class of 10 students, and we'd fill our array with the names of each student as they come into the room. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't have the best memory, and if I tried to search for a student by guessing their index, I'd probably mess up. And for those who can memorize 10 people and their indices pretty easily, what if the class size was a length of 30? 50, 100, and so on? It'd be hard, so we'd have to loop through our entire array till we found that student. At the worst case, the student is the last one that comes into the room, hence the last one in our array, and we'd have to iterate through our entire array just to find that student. This isn't the most efficient, and this search operation runs at a time complexity of O of n. Another con is that arrays have a fixed size. This could be in our favor or not depending on how you look at it, because maybe you only need a fixed amount of space all the time and never have to go over that constraint. But while interviewing, you never know what problems you'll get. Sometimes we'll need more items than what we previously allocated in our array. And assuming that we can only use arrays, probably not the case, we'll often need to resize the array, but we can't do this with the original array itself. We instead need to allocate space for another array with more space, typically double the length of the original array, and copy all the elements from the first array to the new array. This is also pretty inefficient. Because we iterate through the whole original array, the time complexity is O of n, and since we create another array double the size of the original, the space complexity is O of 2n. Keep these in mind. So when do you use them in an interview setting? If we know that we have a fixed number of items to store and no more than that number, then I'd consider using an array. For example, if there's a problem where maybe you have to store the alphabet, then the array is a move. And even better, if our data is small enough such that we know the indices of each of the elements in our array, go for it. Some array interview questions that I really like to test my array interviewing skills are 2sum2, product of array except self, and jump game 2. I can make videos on these if you'd like, just let me know in the comments. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you. If you found any value from this video, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below how many times you think I said array. Also, follow my LinkedIn. I post all my video updates there. Link is in the description. And with that all out of the way, I'll see you guys next time.